Hello and welcome to another episode of Let's Play with Scrap Rabbit Gaming. We're getting right back into Dragonfall. This time hopefully there'll be a little bit more action. Not that exposition is bad, but doesn't make for the best early episode. But you know how these long form RPGs can be. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into it. What's up, little dude? Who are you, and why should I care? Dwarvish tech vendor smiles at you with practiced ease, her almond eyes twinkling with the glare from a dozen Trivid, Shadowrun's, television. She speaks in a clipped, heavy accented German. Welcome to the Data Haven. Can I help you with something? For something exotic. What kinds of tech do you carry? Anything and everything. Need new tech? Some software perhaps? I'm your girl. She taps a painted fingernail against the molded plastic of her data jack. Or maybe you're a rigger, like I am. Perhaps I can interest you in a drone or two. All of it sounds whiz to me. Pretty much awesome. Let's see what you got. I can't use any of this. So intelligence. Oh well. If I decide to do a rigger run, this will be where I go. Oh, I think that's... Yep, that's where I need to go. Oh, can't be a gun store. Anyways, into the cafe. Let's take a look at the menu board. Special today is caramel soy calf. In the world of Shadowrun, soy is used for just about everything. It's soy this, soy that. Soy calf is coffee. Maybe soybeans. It's regular food is so expensive that most people just buy soy stuff because it's cheaper. You know, overpopulation, all that. Still getting over that cold. I am really sorry. Hello, friend. The voice that comes from the man in the chair is as enormous as its owner. A deep, booming roar, dripping with unrestrained mirth. A fine day for a soy calf, yes? Yes, it certainly is every day is a fine... From the back of the store, the voice of the shopkeep cuts you off. Don't mind the fool in the chair. He roars like a traumatized walrus, stewing all day in his own sweat. The man behind the bar glares at Goldschmidt. His upper lip is curled in disgust. I tolerate him only because he takes his soy calf by the bucket. Goldschmidt responds with a raucous belly laugh. Apparently he finds the shopkeeper's insults to be hilarious. Ah, Altog, mein Freunden, you are as quick-witted and sharp-tongued as ever. I bow to you. If you wouldn't mind... Once again, the shopkeep cuts in. To bow to me, you would first have to vacate your chair. The shopkeep claps his hands together, clasping them in front of his chest. I shall summon a team of determined young men and an ox to assist with the task. With luck, you will be on your feet by nightfall. Goldschmidt smiles up at you, his small eyes glittering. Enough of this senseless bickering. You have approached me for a reason, yes? Tell me, what can Jan Goldschmidt do for you? Why do you put up with those insults? Don't you have any pride? I put up with them because they amuse me. The fact that they amuse me infuriates my dear friend Altog, who in turn hurls more insults. Goldsmith raises his soy calf cup in salute, and thus the cycle continues. It is 2 years now that I've been your customer, yes, Altog? 2 years of soy calf and strained patience, yes. And I remain happy, and Altog makes money, an ideal business relationship. Sounds perfectly healthy. Take care, Jan. Goldschmidt gives you a deep nod, his jowls quivering. Until next time, my friend. You know, I can't argue that logic. The man behind the counter looks right past you and at the dog phone close behind. Dante, I will fetch his water dish. Perhaps a coffee for our friend here. Soygaff, black. Turk looks disgusted. Very well. A soy calf, he ticks to himself. Okay, the man. Welcome. I'm cutting to the chase here. Paul Amsel sends his regards. When he hears Amsel's name, the Turk's voice lowers and his accent becomes less exaggerated. His eyes take on a knowing look. Ah, very good. Please express to Herr Amsel my appreciation of his patronage. If he needs any more catering jobs, see, in the future I'm always happy to provide. Paul is always pleased to send business your way, Ebersinski, and he was hoping you could discuss some of the details of his Green Winters order with me. Coffee shop owner offers you a smile. Of course, of course. Herr Amsel is too kind. Ebersinski turns his head and calls into the back room. Come. A young woman bustles in from the back room. Her gum chewing is loud enough to hear over the noise of the coffee grinders. Rikagazi spits something out in rapid Turkish. As you wish, uncle. I will see right to it. Kami offers you a shy grin, snaps her gum, and hurries back into the room that she came from. My girl Kami is arranging to make contact with the chef as we speak. This will likely take some time. My chef is a busy man. While we wait, wonder if you would be so kind as to run a small errand for me. A trifle, really. I hate to trouble you. I am embarrassed to even ask, but I would be most appreciative of your help. I think I'll... What is this trifle? Alto's voice lowers to nearly a whisper. The errand is simple, hardly worthy of you. I have invested a number of data taps to Berlin's fiber optics network. I've installed, not invested. As part of my civic duty, you understand, these taps provide free matrix access to all who live in the Kreutz Bazaar. Still butchering that. You wouldn't believe that I actually took a couple years of German. In order to maintain their, their anonymity, each tap's protocol buffer must be reset every few days. I simply wish for you to visit each tap and reset it. Simple enough. Yes, it is a simple job. Time-consuming and a bit tedious perhaps, but simple. Just reset the taps and come back when you... Again, really sorry, don't mean to be coughing. And come back when you are finished. There should be 3 of them scattered around the neighborhood. The first one is just outside. Look for a metal box with yellow arrows painted atop it. By the time of your return, I should have the information Herr Amsel requested. I didn't know if there was more I could talk to him about. Reset. Ah, the Talismonger. If I was a spellcasting class, or spellcasting character, the Talismonger would be selling me materials and spells. But I'm not, so I don't have to worry about it. Who's this guy? David. A pair of round eyes peer at you from under the hood of a grime-smeared winter coat. You recognize him as David, one of the Kreutz Bazaar's street kids. If you had to guess, he'd place him in his mid-teens, though it is difficult to tell beneath the grime and acne marring his face. You've seen him following Monica around between runs, chasing her heels like a lost puppy. She always seemed to have a soft spot for the kid. Hoy hoy, Scrap Rabbit. Have you seen Monica around? I've been looking all over for her. Ah, crap. It's like dealing with a cat. Alright, cat dealt with. Afraid I have some bad news for you, kid. Kid blinks, a blank expression on his face. She's dead, isn't she? Sorry, kid. We all are. Yeah, look, I think I want to be alone right now. Yeah, I don't blame you. Oh, I could probably take the dancers back. But why would I want to take the dancers back? Probably there's money in it. Sure, can always use money, but... Okay. Lane. To be a big troll. Before you stands a troll. And though it is a stretch to say he is standing at all, his great mass is barely held upright by two vintage prosthetic legs. Along with a crutch under one arm, his body clicks and hums with every shift of his weight. Despite these disabilities, his eyes are sharp and calculating. I know you? Haven't been here long. Knew the Kreutz Bazaar then. Heard Monica had some fresh meat in her stable. I'm Scrap Rabbit, by the way. Good to meet you, Scrap Rabbit. Name's Iselian. What do you do here, Mr. Lane? Ache and groan mostly. I try not to be a bother. Who would you be? I don't know. So... Okay. Still looking for a data tab. Who's this guy? The Romani Patriarch is an impressive figure, an enormous man in his late 60s, burly and broad-chested despite his age. His voice is deep and resonant, and his breath is heavy with a stench of pipe tobacco. Tavan Buckstail, troll. You are here to conduct some business? If so, I welcome you. Arms and ammunition. Yes, I need a new gun. You to mop back arms and ammunition. If not, keep right on walking. I'm here to buy. We have weapons from all across Europe. Ares, Seska, Fiachi, you name it. If it can be found on the continent, it can be acquired by Montbach Arms. I do not conduct business with suppliers that I know nothing about. Tell me about Montbach Arms. And I don't discuss family matters with customers, let alone strangers. It's nothing personal. The answer is no. Understood? You show me respect. This is good. Montbach nods his approvals. Unless you'd like to take yours elsewhere, let's get back to business. Show me your standard inventory. Okay. Rifle. Some machine gun, shotguns. That's what I'm using. Just the outfit, 650. I don't have enough for both. But if I get the assault rifle, boom. Firm. Just enough to also... There we go. Now I have some armor. There we go. Basically broke now, but I have a better gun and I'm not naked. Looking for magic. Simi. Warming herself in the dim of the dying street lamp, a waif girl looks too worn for her years. The Mother Superior, she says there will be 7 for me to care for. I need to see them. 7 what? What do you have to care for? The captain's children. The Mother Superior says there are 7. She says I am to be governess to the children. You notice a chipjack poking up beneath the young woman's unruly hair. The vacant look in her eyes marks her as a likely BTL. BTL, better than life. Basically the digital equivalent of heroin. Chunky, lost between reality and any number of better-than-life virtual constructs. I need money to get them back. Story sounds familiar. Captain Von Trapp is well known and respected. The poor dear lost his wife and children and their mother. A child should not be without a mother, and a mother should not be without a child. Have you seen the captain? Now wait, Monica. A flicker of recognition flights through the haze in the young woman's eyes. Yes, Monica. She's good to me. Brings me food to eat, tea to drink. Afraid I have some bad news. Despite the woman's persistent delirium, she seems to glean meaning from her tone. She died? Sorry, she did. The girl gripped her head with claw-like hands, tugging at her hair as if she might pull her brain out through her skull. I don't like this, but I can't switch it off. Yep. BTL. The girl's frail body shudders and her eyes grow large, but she does not sob. Instead, she smiles a sad smile, which looks to have been worn all too often. She will go to heaven. She told me it is a place for good people, stillborn babies and childhood pets, and she was a good person. The girl then begins to mumble to herself while fingering the hair that covers the jack in her head. Gonna step away now. Yes, good. I need to rejoin the children. Oh, statue. Zara Monument towers before you. At the top of the pedestal, the form of an angel stands, its outstretched wings looming over a small park, but the material is strange and uneven, giving the statue a cold Frankenstein-esque appearance. It appears that the artist has welded the monument together from various metal scraps and pieces of junk. As you approach, a small, grimy monitor at the base of the statue flickers dimly to life. The grainy face of a smug young orc appears on screen. Hello there, I'm Herbert Kunzel, the creator of this monument. What would you like to know? Statue name. This is my tribute to victory, the victory of anarchy. It is both a citation and parody of the statue we destroyed some 20 years ago. You may remember it from the history trids of the Siege Saul or Gorlis. Installation history. Isn't it obvious? The Siege Salu, a monument to hubris of the Prussian state, gets blown to bits, so someone takes a lot of the bits and builds a monument to the hubris of anarchy. Fitting. About the artist. I am the visionary Herbert Krunzel from the Louvre. You might know me from... Okay, well there isn't much I'm known for, yet, but I intend to change that. All art is born from misery, after all. The phone rings. It's an old, obsolete phone book. It's ringing. Booth, not book. It's ringing. Pick up the receiver. A monotone, pitch-adjusted voice begins speaking almost immediately. Stockwell Writer's contract for this cries is no more. Scrap Rabbit is listed as a follow-up contact. It is our only secured line to this cruise. Please listen to the following instructions carefully if you are a supporter of our cause. We have phone booths in strategic locations throughout the city. Within each one you may find a request posted for specific information. You can obtain a copy of this information. Or if you obtain a copy of this information, return here and submit it via the port below the receiver. We will verify the authenticity of the information remotely and post the undoctored copy of it onto the matrix ourselves. It is our stated goal for this information to remain free to all. However, you will be compensated for sought-after information returned to this location. The line goes silent. I'll keep an eye out. The line remains silent. Well, that's a thing. And that's where I'm going to call it here. Sorry there wasn't any action, but there was some weirdness. You had to see me deliver some bad news. Some stuff. I don't know. We'll see next time. Anyways, I hope you're at least liking how the story is progressing. I know I am. I'm still really interested in it. Let's just save real quick. Save game. Save. Alright. I hope you're still interested in this. I know I am.